As a special needs parent, you leave your house and you have to be prepared for everything. And so you're constantly waiting for that phone call, whether it be from the school or from the babysitter or whomever. And so that was the same way with church.
My name's Jordan Hamrick. This is my wife, Brittany Hamrick, and we have 2 kids, Waylon Hamrick and Addie Jane Hamrick.
Waylon is autism spectrum with a relatively low IQ. He's 10, but he functions at like the level of a 3-year-old. Addie Jane has a rare genetic disorder called Angelman syndrome, where she is missing part of her 15th chromosome, and it results in making her life a little more difficult than what we would have anticipated. Kind of when you think about having kids, it's not what we thought parenthood was going to be like. But they're wonderful. They make us better every day.
When we would go visit other churches, there was nothing. You would find somewhere that you liked, but it didn't work for your kids. And if it doesn't work for the family, it just doesn't work. The first day that we come and we brought the kids, it was like they was happy to see them, and we've never experienced that before.
The WAVES program has allowed us to kind of take a deep breath and not have to worry about the phone call that's gonna come. And so we really get to focus on our worship and be a part of a D group and have that time together as husband and wife in church together. And that's something that I think is kind of forgotten about, that as parents of special needs children, that we're still husband and wife, and that we have to grow in the Lord together as well.
We serve in the children's ministry every other week. That's one thing me and her will always do, is serve within a church that we're attending, because we want to be involved.
When there's that established program like the WAVES program, and you are serving, and so you worship and you serve, you don't feel that almost like that burden, I think, of your kids being there for 2 services. With the WAVES program, it's again alleviated that kind of stress, that worry of, okay, are they going to be too much today? Is this going to be it? Are we going to have the meltdown? Because the WAVES program's prepared, and so we get to use our gifts and our talents and serve in a way that's meaningful to the church. Waylon is very active and engaged in the WAVES program. He loves it. He has got his little community, and he is excited to go every Sunday.
I like the WAVES so much.
Where do your friends take you sometimes?
To big church.
To big church. What do you do in big church?
Sing.
Do you get to participate in worship?
I do.
When we come, everything was laid out there that's like, hey, this is what they're going to do. They're going to hear the gospel here. This is not a place where they're getting a coloring book and going to go play, that they will hear the gospel. Even
though we know that there are all of these areas of deficit for him, the gospel is being presented to him in a way that meets him where he's at, and it's not being forced. He's having a better understanding of what it looks like to be a Christian and to walk as a Christian, and what that love looks like outside of our household. And it's really interesting when I talk to other families across the state, and even when they live in bigger cities, like Charleston area, Columbia area, people have a really hard time finding churches that will meet their needs, especially their children with behavioral needs, like what we see with Waylon, or those who are super developmentally behind, like with Addie Jane, where she's 4 but functioning on a 1-year-old level. It's just really hard for families, and so for a lot of them, the option is to be
at home,
to be unchurched, and that's not how we were intended to do life.